everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, we're diving into something truly classic, comforting, and absolutely delicious: peanut butter cookies. Seriously, who doesn't love a warm, chewy peanut butter cookie straight from the oven? This recipe is my absolute go-to because it's super simple, uses ingredients you probably already have, and delivers perfect results every single time. So, if you're ready to make the best peanut butter cookies of your life, stick around. First things first, let's talk ingredients. You'll need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We'll whisk these dry ingredients together in a bowl to make sure everything is evenly distributed. This step is super important for getting that perfect cookie texture. Next up, in a separate, larger bowl, we're going to cream our butter and sugars. You'll need half a cup of unsalted butter at room temperature. This is key. Room temperature butter mixes so much better. To that, we'll add half a cup of packed brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar. The combination of both sugars gives the cookies a wonderful chewiness from the brown sugar and crisp edges from the white sugar. Now, grab your electric mixer or just a whisk and some elbow grease and beat the butter and sugars together until they're light and fluffy. This usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. You'll see the color lighten and the texture become almost cloud-like. This process, called creaming, whips air into the mixture, which is essential for a light, tender cookie. Don't rush this step! Once your butter and sugar mixture is perfectly creamed, it's time for the star of the show: the peanut butter. You'll need 3/4 of a cup of creamy peanut butter. I recommend using a standard commercial brand like Jif or Skippy for this recipe, while I love natural peanut butter for sandwiches. The oil can sometimes separate and affect the cookie's final texture. So, for baking, classic creamy is the way to go. Add the peanut butter to the bowl, along with 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. The egg acts as a binder, holding everything together, and the vanilla adds that beautiful, warm background flavor that complements the peanut butter so well. Now, beat everything together again, but just until it's combined. You don't want to overmix at this stage. Just mix until you no longer see streaks of egg or peanut butter. Okay, our wet ingredients are looking fantastic. Now, it's time to combine the wet and the dry. Take that bowl of flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt that we mixed earlier.
Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, mixing on low speed. I like to add it in about 3 parts.
This prevents the flour from flying everywhere and ensures it all gets incorporated evenly without overworking the dough. Keep mixing just until the last streaks of flour disappear. Overmixing develops the gluten in the flour, which can lead to tough cookies, and nobody wants that. The final dough should be thick and a little bit sticky. It will smell absolutely incredible. At this point, you could bake the cookies right away. But I am going to share my #1 tip for amazing peanut butter cookies: chill the dough. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and pop it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes or up to an hour. Chilling the dough does 2 wonderful things. First, it solidifies the fat in the butter, which means your cookies will spread less in the oven, resulting in a thicker, chewy cookie. Second, it allows the flavors to meld together and deepen. Trust me, this little bit of patience pays off big time. While the dough is chilling, let's get our oven and baking sheets ready. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Line 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper. Parchment paper is a baker's best friend. It prevents the cookies from sticking and makes cleanup a breeze. All right, our dough is chilled and ready to go. We're going to portion it out. I like to use a cookie scoop for this to make sure all my cookies are a uniform size, which means they'll bake evenly. A 1 tablespoon scoop is perfect. If you don't have a scoop, just use a regular spoon and roll the dough into balls about 1 inch in diameter. Now for a little extra sparkle and crunch. Pour some granulated sugar into a small, shallow bowl. Take each ball of dough and roll it in the sugar until it's completely coated. This gives the cookies a beautiful, slightly crispy, sugary crust that is just divine. Place the sugar-coated dough balls onto your prepared baking sheets, leaving about 2 inches of space between them to allow for some spreading. And now, for the most iconic part of making peanut butter cookies, the crisscross pattern. Take a fork and gently press it down on top of one of the dough balls. Then, rotate the fork 90 degrees and press down again to create that classic hash mark design. This isn't just for looks. Peanut butter cookie dough is quite dense, so flattening the cookies helps them bake more evenly. Repeat this for all the cookies. Our cookies are now ready for the oven. Bake them one sheet at a time in the preheated oven for about 9 to 11 minutes. You'll know they're done when the edges are lightly golden brown, but the centers still look a little bit soft and underdone. That's the secret to a chewy cookie. They will continue to bake and set up on the hot pan after you take them out. Once they're done, remove the baking sheet from the oven and let the cookies cool on the pan for about 5 minutes. This is an important step, as they will be very delicate right out of the oven. After 5 minutes, carefully transfer the cookies to a wire rack to cool completely. This allows air to circulate underneath them, preventing them from getting soggy. And there you have it. Perfect! Homemade peanut butter cookies! They're soft and chewy in the middle, slightly crisp on the edges, and packed with so much peanut butter flavor. They are the ultimate comfort food and are perfect with a cold glass of milk. This recipe is so reliable, and I just know you're going to love it. Thank you so much for baking with me today. I hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how they turned out in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more easy and delicious recipes. See you next time. Happy baking!